Hello, hello! Perfidious being here, back to do my Carrie-Anne Moss impression by spending the next 6 months getting to know the janitor in XCOM, War of the Chosen. I mean, I doubt the campaign goes 6 months, probably more like 2-ish. Also, I'm gonna get to know the janitor. That's the final line of your movie, Red Planet. That's gotta be one of the shittiest last lines of dialogue in movie history. Did the writers of Red Planet just figure that with Carrie-Anne Moss riding high on her post-Matrix career surge that it wouldn't matter if her lines all read like they were written by the Wachowskis' gardener? Did they just not care? Also, that's saying something because holy shit, have you seen Cloud Atlas? Those, yeah, the Wachowskis' gardener. You know what? Maybe the gardener could have probably done better than Cloud Atlas. Give him like 6 months and a tiny stipend to feed his family. He could have come up with something better, but I digress. Red Planet, I suppose, was just trying to stick to the tried and true movie formula when it involves traveling to Mars. You go to Mars, you kill Tom Sizemore, because when you go to Mars, you always kill Tom Sizemore. Then you have the hero escape a totally unescapable fate with the power of like half-assed science, ingenuity, determination, grit. And then at the end, he gets the girl because even though he has absolutely no business getting the girl.
Rely on the local resistance to actually get us into the facility. We should try to make contact with their forces.
Yeah, that's nice, Bradford, but I'm talking about why Robbie, the janitor Gallagher, should not have gotten the girl at the end of Red Planet. Carrie-Anne Moss and Val Kilmer's character in that movie barely even talk to each other. They maybe have like 4 total minutes of on-screen interaction. Is that enough time to engender a romance? I don't see it. But still, that's how it works. The only real interaction they have during the film is actually our boy Robbie the janitor doing some like half-assed peeping at Carrie-Anne Moss while she's in the shower. But sure enough, I guess one few seconds of shower peeping is enough for them to fall in love. I also guess the writers figured like we'd all be too distracted by, oh look, it's Trinity as an astronaut, to bother to notice the fact that they forgot to put any movie in their movie. Other than Carrie-Anne Moss's crappy dialogue at the end and her sudden infatuation with Val Kilmer, nothing happens in Red Planet though. They fly to Mars, look around a little bit and say, well, yep, we humans are terrible. We're really screwing up Earth's climate. Now it looks like we got a pretty good start on Mars's as well. And then they fly home. Or at least some of them fly home because everyone else is dead. What the hell was the point of Red Planet? Were you trying to give us some kind of like didactic lesson about how we should treat Earth better? Because if you did, that was your goal. Maybe you could have expressed that that was your goal. You might infer that, but it's not really explicitly stated in the film or even thoroughly implied in the film. It seems like the actual point of that movie was just to give Tom Sizemore the most expensive Viking funeral in the history of the human species. They really, you know, Red Planet, you kind of dropped the ball on that. Also, that movie had fucking Terrence Stamp in it. You got General Zod, and they didn't even use him. They got Zod, and he was on camera for like 4 minutes. And that's it. This is no Zod. Pete, why are you still ranting about a 20-year-old shitty movie? I don't know. You know, really, I need to, I guess, start learning to let go of stuff. But it's not in my nature. I just can't let go. Kind of like I'm never going to let go of the fact that Dr. Teigen completely destroyed my sinuses when he ripped his chip out of the back of my head by doing it through the front of my face. I'm not letting that one go either, Teigen. I'm not letting that one go. If I'm still holding a grudge against Red Planet for the, I think, $6.25 I spent to go see it, because, you know, it came out in like 2000. If I'm still holding a grudge against Red Planet for that $6.25, what do you think I'm going to do to you, dick? I'm never letting it go. Never letting it go. Some people say, you know, life is all about evolving. I say life is all about the grudges you decide to never cast aside. Examine an Advent Officer corpse. More importantly, we completed Alien Biotech, unlocks the infirmary, sectopod autopsy, we do some off-top, yeah, well, whatever. We don't need to build an infirmary because nobody's been hurt. Experimental weapons are inspired, and I'm going to go ahead and skip that because we have absolutely no use for that whatsoever. 5 days for the autopsy. If we had even one scientist, I'd go straight for mag weapons just for the upgrade to our celestial gauntlets, because those will be really, really important for us. But right now, I think we can probably get by with just doing the officer autopsy.
Appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, Field reports indicate a more
That they're over 9,000? Oh no, power and
The
agility are
officers
not
do
over
provide
9,000.
tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
They have one extra ability, Tygan. They can throw marks at us. They're also going to be a little difficult for our team to kill, simply because they have a lot of health and our guys don't necessarily do a super amount of damage on individual hits. Like, they start off at 4, and that ain't great. That's another problem we're going to have on this campaign, is like getting our first kills to start getting our troopers injuicinated. That's going to be difficult. Pete, you know, you were scanning for those supplies. I do remember, but I'm actually more interested in grabbing this engineer first. Once we've got this engineer on board, debris are cleared. That's also going to give us some supplies. We do want to build a guerrilla tactics school, not immediately, but relatively shortly, because we're going to need a squad size upgrade as soon as we can get a promotion. So, Sidora, why don't you go over there and execute your God-given mandate as an XCOM engineer. Thou shalt shovel. There's really only, when it comes to the XCOM religion, there really is only one commandment, and one commandment rather, and that commandment is thou shalt always shovel. Just the one. Thou shalt shovel. Go forth onto this continent and shovel. I love the map on the wall back there, but it's just one giant question pointing at the Pacific Ocean. Maybe fly over there and take it. Nah, we'll just, like, put here there be dragons and leave it at that. No point in investigating anything.
We have learned new things, new tactics.
Yeah, but what as a promotion, though? Form Soldier Bond. Form Soldier Bond is 1, a bond, and 2, a promotion. We can also gather supplies, which has a promotion. Which one takes less time? Form Soldier Bond. Done. Okay, Soldier promotion. You know, Iceman just got promoted. I think we go again. Get him up. That's going to give us possibly and immediately an extra team member. He's going to need somebody to keep him company. I think we'll bond him with, like, Jim Morrison. That seems fine. Iceman and break on through. You know, everybody ever noticed that Jim Morrison and Iceman from Top Gun kind of look a lot alike, huh? Nobody else ever noticed that? No? Just me, huh? Alright. Your followers are going to lead that action to victory. We did send our best trooper out on a covert operation, but the promotions are so important. Stockade, there's Dr. Lillian Hansen, engineer. We can put her to work immediately, and again, only one commandment in the Perfidious Pete XCOM religion. Thou shalt always shovel. Or alternatively, we could... What does this do? I don't want to spend 100 supplies on that. We don't have... No, we can't afford to waste them. Give me these alloys, though. We are going to need those. Lillian Hansen. Thou shalt shovel. And lo, unto the engineers Pete did giveth the shovels, and they went forth to spread his glory by shoveling debris from the bottom of the Avenger. And Pete looked down upon his works and saw that it was good.
Although we prefer to work alone, sometimes it helps to have backup.
What do you need, though?
Use your help, Commander.
Well, Volk, I mean, you did have the whole last campaign basically fall into my lap with your Reapers, so I suppose... Oh, good, we have lost. That's going to be very difficult for us to deal with. Our rewards, however, a scientist, which we desperately need, 88 intel, which is good, and Jens Goosens? We send Iceman out on a covert operation and you send me to rescue Goose? You... Volk, you vicious, vicious bastard. If we had Iceman, this mission would be a slam dunk guarantee. We could send Iceman to rescue Goose. It could change his whole character arc. He wouldn't have to get a new Rio. He wouldn't have to have what was it, Merlin, I think was his new Rio after he killed Goose. He wouldn't have to have Merlin sitting in the back of that plane. He could have a better Rio. He could have the Goose back. You're a cool son of a bitch. Well, I think we send Chris Knight because he went out last mission. Let's send old Simon Magus, did a good job for us. Of course, we're sending the Bat. And Ray Leovi, the Thunderheart? No. You know what? Doc Holliday, he's my Huckleberry, and this is just my game. We could also maybe build a med kit. That would not be a terrible idea. Let's actually do that. Somebody should be toting a med kit just in case.
Commander?
How much does a med kit cost? 35 supplies. You know what? Definitely worth it. Build a med kit. Now we'll go on this mission.
What it was like in the old days.
You know, just could you wander on your own time, Lily? I've got shit to do today. So grenades not going to be exceptionally useful. Who's going to be... Well, I mean, Doc Holliday, though, right? Who else are you going to let have the med kit? Pete, you know, Doc Holliday was actually a dentist. Yeah, but he knew a thing or two. I mean, he could at least have pulled a, like, impacted wisdom tooth or something. Maybe we should have given it to MIT graduate. Wait, was it MIT? What was the university in Real Genius? I don't remember. Actually, it may not specifically be named. I always felt sorry for Kent in that movie. They really did take advantage of that guy. I mean, sure, he was a butt-licking toady, but making his braces talk to him and think he's hearing the voice of God, that's maybe taking it a little too far, Real Genius. I think you maybe have crossed the line from regular genius, from real genius, to potentially evil genius. I'm on the job, are I not here? So, will we encounter the Chosen, I suppose, is the main question here. Can we still encounter Chosen on this mission? Ordinarily, this would be the mission with, like, Dragonova. I guess not. This is just a standard one. We're playing... This is a little different for me. I've never actually played with the DLC disabled. Like, I always do the storyline mission where you have Dragonova and Vox, or Mox, or whatever the hell his name is. And then he gets captured. I've never not done it with that enabled. So we're sort of in undiscovered country here. By the way, a movie which should probably have starred Val Kilmer. Star Trek V, one of the better Star Treks, but you put Val Kilmer in that, and it goes from maybe the second best Star Trek movie, I think, to definitively the best one ever. Well, there's some Lost over there. I mean, sort of. Certain value of human. We got 5 turns to get ourselves over there. What's our advantage here? Well, the one thing we do have going for us is we got a bunch of guys with pistols, and pistols are actually, in the early game, very good at killing Lost. Old Doc Holliday's coming out to gun him down, though. Great work, Doc. So, that whole thing about you being my Huckleberry and this being just your game, not really working out that great, is it? Simon Megas, though, knows his shit. He actually is your Huckleberry, and this is just his game. Yeah, well, we don't have to reload. Way to be, Doc Holliday, some gunslinger you turned out to be. Would have been you squaring off in that forest against Johnny Ringo. Johnny Ringo wins. And then Kurt Russell gets killed, and nobody wants to see a dead Kurt Russell. That's just heartbreaking. I mean, he's old, so he'll probably be dead relatively soon anyway, but it's still gonna be heartbreaking. Kurt Russell. A lot of Lost coming in. We should be able to get some fairly short-range, almost point-blank shots, in fact, on these guys. Also, I don't believe we are to the stage yet where we will encounter Lost Dashers, so none of these Lost should really be able to... Batman is the worst shot in the history of, like, you can't put a gun in Batman's hand. You just can't do it. Like, you give Batman a gun and he's worthless. He really dislikes the firearms. He's like, no, Pete, I don't want a gun. Don't give me a gun. I'm Batman. I don't use these. I will not employ the instrument that's the direct responsibility for my parents being dead. I mean, it definitely wasn't Joe Chill, or whatever his name is, who was actually behind the gun that's responsible for my parents being killed. It's the gun itself. I'm blaming the tool, not the wielder. Pete, you could have just gone for a melee hit there. You're right, we could have, but I actually wanted to take the move and try to get a little bit closer. And if we had killed him with a headshot, it would have been a free action. Instead... You know, we could have got a free action by rending him as... And also focus. I'm the world's stupidest man. I keep forgetting that after we do this, we still get a follow-up move. We get a momentum move. We also get focus that way. We should be doing... World's stupidest man. This is part and parcel of the whole gig, though. We gotta learn. We're taking some damage on this one, probably. Any of you Lost Dashers? I don't think any of them can get close enough to us, but they still have 2 active. Yeah, we're in trouble here. We're probably gonna take a hit. Doc Holliday, come... Well, that man has 7 health? No, 2 health. That's a 2, Pete, not a 7. We're probably going to take some hits here. If only we had Blade Storm. This would be a non-issue. Yeah, this... He whiffed it, though!
They're eager to strike me.
Well, Chris Knight, I mean, you got a pretty cute shape. So we want to kill everything that only has 2 health. Alright, Batman, we're not having you shoot at shit. Doc Holliday, get your gun-slinging ass up here and get ready to get to work. Do we need free act? Okay, we're going to take anything we can get that's a guaranteed kill. This can't miss and can't fail to kill. Anything that's can't miss, can't fail to kill, we take those shots. Also a promotion for the Saint. And then if we muck one of these, we can always follow it up with a melee swing. You know what? In fact, what we should do is just rend here. Rending increases our overall damage. We can also, if we need to, now throw a volt at something. We've still got our momentum swing. Batman, take a shot. If this hits or doesn't kill, I hate you so much, Batman. I'm sort of furious. Batman, okay, we're never gonna have Batman fire his weapon. He just does, he won't do it. He's a conscientious objector or something. Batman's like, no, Pete. Please, it was like with last run when we had Jesus, who was a sniper who refused to snipe anybody because, you know, he's just like, no, you gotta turn the other cheek, Pete. He was trying to teach me an object lesson. In the meantime, let's just get the blades out and get them working. All of the Lost are down. We have gained some focus for our trouble, which makes all subsequent Lost killing that much easier to do. And hey, a little bit of free movement for a couple of our troopers also. Anybody with a momentum move can move that much closer towards the enemy. These Lost are never going to get to us, though. You're too far away, son. Nah, you're not going to do it. Too far away. You got your momentum move, might as well take it. Bruce Wayne's gonna sit back and cry baby about his dead parents, because that's what he... Ooh, that man has 6 health. If only Bruce Wayne had a point of focus, he could just go kill that Lost group. But he doesn't. I don't think that man's gonna be able to both get to us and swing. So who does not have focus? Bruce Wayne does not have focus. Can the Bat get to... Yes. Go and kill that man. Everybody now has at least 1 point of focus. This is excellent. And charge up the stuff. That's my boy, Bruce Wayne. Your momentum move will take in a moment. Doc, I think we move you to here. Pete, are you taking cover? No, we don't really care about cover, actually. What I'm looking to do is line up a shot so that we can kill this Lost with a headshot. Get our free action and rend the other dude. Then we have 1 dead Lost and 1 other dead Lost and a point of focus. Give me that rend. And we'll still get a move afterwards. This team is so fast, though. I gotta get used to the whole move, move, fight, move kind of thing. This guy can really cover a lot of ground. So we can just like run over here. We've done it.
Secure, Commander. If we can spare the manpower, we should try to bring the escort in as well.
Can we make the scientist carry him? That's my only question. If we can't make the scientist carry him, we're gonna be like a difficult time pulling that off. Will you carry this man?
The sounds of combat are likely to draw even more of them.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you mentioned that. Simon Magus is your minimum damage. Your minimum damage here is 5, though. Your minimum damage is more than enough. 6 to 7. You know what? Come back here and rend this brute. We will also get an additional follow-up move. Come back this way. We have a momentum move here. I feel like we should probably have Bruce Wayne get a little closer. This is a bad idea, but... yeah, okay. I was curious, like, maybe we can make that man carry our fallen teammate, but the answer is no.
A good decision.
I was hopeful the scientist might be able to prove himself useful, but no, he's like, I'm too big of a scientist. I got these reedy little girl arms because I spend all day in the lab. You know, just because he's a scientist doesn't necessarily mean he's physically unfit. Maybe he's a volunteer firefighter. You ever think about that? He could be scientist and volunteer firefighter. Wow, those guys are super fast, though.
Firebrand is in position. Get back to the entry point for extraction before you get...
Well, first things first, Doc Holliday is going to do his bit and kill anybody who has 2 health. So you're dead. No, you're dead. And then we have some 4 health lost here, and somebody has to go get this dude. We have 2 people who are going to be able to... We do. You haven't actually taken an action yet, Doc Holliday. Which tile do you have to be in to pick this man up? Should be able to grab him from here. Alright, Holliday. You're toting the dead man. Get Goose. Carry him. Of course! So what if his head got smashed into the top of a bulletproof canopy? He's gonna be fine. It's not a problem. Meg Ryan will see her husband alive and well again. We'll have another day where we go and sing a classic love song in a bar to Kelly McGillis. This is not a final hurrah for Kelly McGillis. That's gonna max Simon Magus' focus as well. Yes, I was named for a very wealthy man who then inexplicably gave away all his belongings and went to live in the forest in the nude. It was a Peruvian thing. I'm telling you, Batman's all about the melee. That's the whole of it. Batman, he just can't use a gun. But you put him in a situation where he could get to grips with the enemy and fight him hand to hand, mano y mano. Nobody tops the Bat. Not even Superman. Yes, saw Batman versus Superman. Do you bleed? I fucking bled from the eyes when I saw that movie. Honestly, I think that may be what Zack Snyder was... He wasn't asking... It wasn't Batman asking that question of Superman. It was Zack Snyder asking that question of the audience. It's like, have you watched my film? Do you bleed now? I'm gonna assume you bleed. Probably from the eyes and potentially from the ears. This is the world's greatest Overwatch, by the way. He hit it, though! Some real genius right there. Where is our scientist? And where does the scientist need to go? All the way back here, huh? Alright, well, run. We might be able to just flat out outrun these guys. What a shock, dude. We gotta get to know our volts here. 2 to 5 damage. A psionic attack can jump to nearby units. Costs 1 focus. So it's good at, like, hurting several things, but it's not really good at killing anything. So we can definitely kill this Lost Dasher. Simon Magus, take him out. These are Dashers, too, so it's important we take them down. Another one bites the dust. Nice work, by the way. You have a 56% chance to hit that man? That's not that. We should probably just go. Doc? Lifesaver? Grab this man and run like hell. Maybe we just fall back on a base move and do a little Overwatch here. Our Overwatch is not going to be supremely devastating because we're just men with pistols, but that's all Doc Holliday needed. He defeated the power of the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys. The shittiest name for an organized criminal syndicate, by the way. This is a lot lost. We're getting a swarm a turn. That's a lot lost. Better put him down. Oh, okay. That's really all we can ask for, given the limitations of your weapon. These guys all have little SMGs. How come the SMGs don't do better damage? I've seen a Vector in PUBG. I know how this thing is supposed to work. Unbelievably huge rate of fire, massive damage, small clip size. That's the drawback, is it doesn't hold a lot of bullets. You should just run.
I'll go quickly.
Ferrari, you can't quite make it. Oh, yeah, whatever. Call yourself a Ferrari, Maurizio Ferrari. You're anything but fast, champ. You know, an actual Ferrari would have been like, I'm gone. Does that man have 6 health? Let's just go. We could stay and farm some kills, and I don't necessarily dislike that as an idea, but ultimately we're going to get to the point where we're getting overrun by loss with more health than we have the ability to handle. These 3 and 4 health lost, every one of them is potentially a serious problem. And there's a lot of dashers coming at us. 2 health lost, we can take out as many they want to spawn. Spawn a billion of them, we can kill a billion of them as long as we have a 100% chance to hit every one of those billion. Which is unlikely because you can only fit 9 guys in a tile around you, and as they spread out, that hit chance is going to go down a little bit. That dude is fast as shit, though.
Menace 1-5. Keep pushing towards the evac point. No matter what you do, you're never gonna make a dent in the lost. There's just too many.
You know, you say that, Bradford, but how are we gonna know if we never try? How are we gonna know that the lost are undentable until we try to dent them? Just because it says new dent-proof surface on the packaging doesn't mean they can't be dented. In the meantime, Doc Holliday, grab your boy and let's get him out of here. Doc has made it to safety. Excellent. Bail. We really need some Val Kilmer voice packs, though.
We've extracted the VIP's escort. Once we get him patched up, he
can't fail to kill this lost dasher. Take the shot. Pad the kill totals wherever they can be padded. All the rest of these guys are not guaranteed kills. We're gonna go then. Nothing else is a slam dunk. I'm not risking having somebody get injured. We're taking the flawless mission, and we're gonna go. This is the Batman stratagem right here. You don't toy with the enemy. You don't just let them go back to Arkham Asylum and go on about their merry way. Once you get them in custody, you deal with them properly, Batman. You just put them in a revolving door prison so you can go fight them again next week. Well, you know what? If you're Batman, you probably do. Because I kind of 40 enemies. We killed 22, but I say that. But if you're Batman, it seems like actually you probably do put your enemies in a revolving door prison. Because the whole I'm a bat gig doesn't really seem like Batman. He's not out to avenge his parents. He's just got like some crippling emotional problems that he doesn't know how to properly deal with. So what he does instead is he uses that revolving door prison as a continuous cycle of violence so that he can indulge his aberrant behaviors. He doesn't want crime cleaned up. That's the deep, dark secret of Batman, is the Dark Knight. He's got to have evil to fight. That's how he defines himself. In the absence of an oppressive meteor, Batman is just a hollow, empty shell, and Bruce Wayne is self-aware enough to know it. That's why he puts him in Arkham Asylum. He's like, don't worry, Two-Face is going to break out next week, but that's fine. I'll have another binary-inspired crime. He'll probably try to, like, force me to choose between saving Nicole Kidman or Chris O'Donnell, and honestly, I think if you're put in that position, you take Nicole Kidman 10 out of 10 times. Nobody likes Chris O'Donnell. Not even Chris O'Donnell. But I'm going to refuse to choose because I'm just that cool. Corporal Bruce Wayne. Learn how to parry. Bruce Wayne gifted, of course he is. He's the world's greatest detective. How perfect would it be if Chris, Real Genius Knight, turned out to actually be a combat genius, though? What is sustain? If a Templar takes enough damage to be killed, they're immediately put in stasis for 1 turn, and their health is only reduced to 1 HP. This can only happen once per mission. Man, that's a real good ability. I mean, we're definitely just going to take parry instead, but that's a real good ability. He is a genius! It's too perfect! Oh, that's awesome. Oh, quick draw is real good, though. Because we could then quick draw and rend. Bonus abilities are going to play a huge part of this campaign. We need to get the thing that lets us get bonus ability points. We really need that ability for this campaign. We're not going to generate a whole lot of ability points like we do with our Reapers, who basically got free ones every mission for killing stuff from ambush. But we need to make sure all of the ones that we get really got to count. Maurizio Ferrari scientist joins the team. Jens Goosen's Grenadier is going to get fired and replaced by probably another squaddie.
Serving as our demolitions experts, the Grenadiers
No,
provide
we don't
heavy
do demolitions though,
whenever
John.
and wherever
We didn't bother. Batman's no guns policy is kind of extended across to the whole barracks. No, you're seriously fired though,
Advance
Goosens.
officers might be more resourceful than your
Also,
average
we got to get
trooper.
Goose to the hospital. His brain, the guy just suffered a traumatic brain injury. We need to have him checked out. We can't just throw him right back in the cockpit of a $180 million warplane. Now make sure his noodles ain't all scrambled before we chuck him back in there and have him start doing radar intercepts.
Connected to the ones Advent's been using in their captains.
No specific concrete idea what the hell Bradford was talking about there, because all I'm thinking about is a brain-addled Goose riding intercept for Maverick and them accidentally bombing civilian targets. Maybe they'll do that in Top Gun too. Who knows? What I know is that this episode is over. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more XCOM, you might consider subscribing as well, because Maverick and Goose are out there doing some serious collateral damage on a daily basis. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.